Pre-poll violence has shocked Manipur as a JDU candidate, Wahengbam Rojit Singh, who is contesting from Kshetrigao constituency in Imphal East District, was shot at, in fact, and this happened last evening. Kshetrigao is going to go to polls along with 37 other constituencies during the first phase on the 28th of February, that's tomorrow. The 42-year-old received a bullet injury on his chest and was taken to a private hospital in Imphal. He's said to be out of danger. Let me, in fact, try and listen in to some of the inputs that have come in on this incident.
They wanted to kill my candidate, but God was with the JDU and God was with Mr. Rojit. So, they were not able to kill. Janata Dal will not die, even though they raise up this kind of very horrible and which is very much against the law of the land. We have complained to the Election Commission of India, and I hope this collection chief election officer of the state, through him, we have lodged our complaint, and we are confident Election Commission of India will come out trying to find out, because this is one of the very real incident that happened last night.
Our opponents have been very coward. They know that our candidate, Mr. Rojit, is going to win. That is why whatever incident happened, they tried to kill him yesterday. And I'm sure that Rojit will win with a big margin, and our arrow will answer their bullets.
Do you think, sir, democracy has been compromised with these pre-poll incidents?
Of course, democracy has been compromised.
Okay, so JDU is clearly saying democracy compromised. My colleague Nibir Dekha is right there in Imphal. He's brought us all the reports. Yes, Nibir, tell us what happened exactly. Who's behind shooting the JDU candidate in this particular constituency of Wahengbam? Kshetrigao, I beg your pardon.
Yesterday, Rojit Singh was shot in late night in Imphal, and he is now in hospital. As we know, he's out of danger. But two identified miscreants have been found shooting the person, but they are yet to be traced by the police. We went to the DC office today, and security has been beefed up. You know, after that incident, there is the atmosphere here has become quite tensed in Imphal right now, and we went to the DC office as well as we went to the Chief Electoral Office. They have said that they have increased the security in every constituencies of Manipur. Mind you, this is not an isolated incident of pre-poll violence. Similar incidents have occurred in the Andro constituency earlier when an NPP candidate was targeted. So the security has been beefed up, and today we also saw women and children coming out in numbers in Kshetrigao constituencies. They are coming out to the streets to protest against the incident that happened yesterday night. And mind you, the president of JDU has even questioned the security officers which were assigned with Rojit Singh, and he has alleged that there is gross irregularities among the security personnel. They did not take any accident, and this is a targeted attack against the JDU. So the atmosphere here has become very tensed, because the pre-poll violence incidents has unsettled not just the JDU but even the government officials. They are also on high alert, and security has increased in Imphal significantly as we have observed since morning.
Right, and I can see behind you, Nibir, the streets look deserted. This is the day before polling. The first phase of polls in Manipur starts tomorrow. Overall, what is the situation like? I mean, are the authorities, is the Election Commission taking note of the fact of the vulnerable areas of pockets where these kind of incidents can happen?
Yes. Yes, we went to the CEO office and we got exclusive data for our viewers. So for the phase 1, 303 polling station has been identified as critical, and 546 polling stations has been identified as vulnerable. So the numbers are high here, and this is not just limited to the hills. Even polling stations of the valleys have been identified as vulnerable and critical. So in security wise, they have, they are very vigilant that no such incidents occur. But even though security has been there for the last 2-3 weeks, we are seeing repeated incidents of people violence. And tomorrow, that is the first phase, is going to be very important whether these kind of incidents doesn't occur again. And that's why the deputy commissioner, the superintendent of police are all together. And there is a meeting that is going on in the CEO office right now as we speak. And they are taking, because of this incident that happened yesterday, they took stock of the matter, and they are going to even increase further security deployment for tomorrow.
Yes, Nibir, thank you so much for joining us from Imphal and getting us all the updates. And like you mentioned, you spoke to the chief electoral officer there. Let's listen into what he said.
Polling stations are all ready with AMF. Security deployment is also complete. And we hope and expect that all the voters come out in big numbers and exercise their franchise.
Out of the 5 districts going to the polls tomorrow, 2 of the districts are dominated by Kuki. So Kuki has its own paraphernalia attached to the election. So how are the security preparation out there?
See, all districts have got their own uniqueness in terms of challenges that we face. Every district has got a unique set of challenges. I think our DEOs and SPs are well aware of that. We are working towards that. We know in hilly districts the challenges of security or adequate force deployments is there. So that's why adequate quantum of force has been deployed in both these districts, and we hope that should take care of it.
Hypersensitive booths out there?
Majority of the booths in the hilly districts of Churachandpur and Kangpokpi are hypersensitive, and that's why we are not taking any chances, and we are trying to see that every booth in the state do have CAPF presence, and in hilly regions the CAPF presence is in a higher numbers also. All the pre-poll violence incidents are being acted upon. The FIRs are being lodged. More than 60 FIRs have been lodged in the last 40 days. More than 60 people have been arrested also, and everywhere, even when there is no FIR or a complaint, we are lodging suo motu FIR and acting on it. Any incident, whether it's a major incident, minor incident, nothing is going unreported, and we are acting on it.